Fast forward, in come our channel so AG Politics Avenue. Podcast our set when we go make headlines. Na jembre na be exum ewa. Ni dem ni ahon black sims and di kan so subscribe to the channel. Hit notification bell so share na adofo account so ensa entumi kebi ni dem any ahon black sim unia yanko political highways nim. Na lawyer Martin Kpebu unia enye asem koto akra na wotimi expose Cocoa Board former MD Wǒrsěň edu unia enye asem koto akra na nyina ne say some work can say there was some sort of midnight contract bia unia neska iwum $48 million unia omu enim se omu ebi free akunya so no omu ehye omu hu award sa contract we unia na ska iwum sika meka ho asem $48 million na sa it has a share project kankan na lawyer Martin Kpebu ejina so asinipi se Wǒrsěň edu yencheno na yemfani nyina emra no mesra ko se yemo emra insimu ya mesra ko se wajemre ewa
at Cocoa Board itself at the time they were leaving was a crime scene because how do you issue LC for jute bags to the tune of $48 million at the time you are exiting when you had a huge stock? Yes, that's what the previous MD did, right? $48 million when midnight contract, you've lost an election, exit honorably, yet you keep on issuing more contracts because of no curfew, probably, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. It's not as if the stock had dried up, they had huge stocks, and yet this MD would insist on issuing an LC at a point they were exiting. That's what I'm saying, midnight contract. So I'm happy that yesterday, I think in the news, they said the matter has been reported to the AG to see to investigations, right? So that we can hold them accountable. Kofi says we shouldn't, and there's an honorable appeal. When you say we shouldn't politicize this matter, I struggle to understand what you mean. How can you deal with this matter without politicization? It's politics, so you call it by its name. The moment you begin to look for euphemisms, etc., you are getting nowhere. A problem well diagnosed is half solved. Let's stop this thing. People dealt with that badly. We would mention their names. That is the name of the game. And they say that is because of mischief that everybody has a name. So if you've come and you are issuing a contract midnight for $48 million, what's the name of that MD? We would mention. Anybody who thinks that's politicization, that's that person's cup of tea. You can choose not to mention the person's name when it's your turn. But you can't sit here and say that it is politicization. What do you mean by it is politicization? You must, no, but before you prosecute, you must first beat the matter here. You have to beat it here. No, you would beat, yeah, so deal with it.
Let me listen to, Council, gentlemen, please. No, please. Gentlemen, hold on. Dr. Tokuno, please. Your microphone is off. Honorable Apia Kube. Thank you, gentlemen. Please, let Lawyer Martin Kpebu. I'll come to you. No. Council,
yes, so the previous MD, is that Wǒrsěň Edu? Yes. Wǒrsěň Edu must be hauled. He must answer why he was doing midnight contract. You've lost an election shamefully. Go home. You are mismanaging. And yet that's the time you were issuing contract. That's the time you were issuing contract. So Wǒrsěň Edu, we will mention his name. If Kofi doesn't like it, well, that's his cup of tea. No, because we have to talk, because yes.
To raise this call to answer, but if you want the politics, since you brought
it will always be politics.
Okay, thank you.
Is dead. You cannot kill Cocoa Board and let the elite cocoa farmers. I know about 1,000 of them. Let them run it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Gentlemen, as long as
let him
sitting
end
in
this
air-conditioned offices running from Accra.
Call Wǒrsěň and deal with him. Yes,
you have
to hold on to that point.
So Wǒrsěň Edu, wherever you are today, we are mentioning your name here. You would have to answer for your $48 million LC when you had shamefully lost an election and you were asked to exit. You would answer. That's it. Now, go to number 2.
Yes.
You see, so as we're dealing with accountability, there's this point we must bring in as we go on. I hear people talking about, yes, we'll reform the management, etc. There's this interesting bit of COCOBOD, the history. You know, at a point, Kwame Nkrumah wanted higher prices. You see the silos in Tema, etc.
Yeah.
Then he built them because he intended to hoard about 200,000 metric tons of cocoa. He wanted to manipulate the prices. The farmers were upset, and the World Bank, you know how these Bretton Woods institutions, the moment we want to get out of their control, they will find everything to come and criticize us. So the World Bank say, oh, no, it's not doable. Of course, is it any wonder that America sponsored Kwame Nkrumah's overthrow, then it left. So let's bring it in. So the matter of management, we've been trying. It's not as if we never tried. Kwame Nkrumah saw the problem, and he thought that, okay, if he can hoard cocoa, prices will go up. So he built silos. They said we spent about $8,500,000 building the silos. They became a white elephant, right? Yes, so let's learn from our history. So it's not just about changing management. It's also about prosecuting the offenders. So Bwahin Edu must answer. Look, if Kpebu, your case is that Opuni's case must go back to court, why not? Of course. When someday you come back, criminal cases have no expiry date. If you have evidence, because that's the name of the game. Because listen, before, as Opuni's case was in court, etc., I know people who saw the dossier and said that Opuni's charges were politically motivated. And it wasn't long, we caught the Attorney General on tape confessing that Ekufuado and Oforiatta were on his neck, saying they should get Atufosin jailed, etc. Okay, look at Esiame's case. Esiame's case, the same thing. Yes.
Okay.
So when you come, I'll be your cheerleader if only you have evidence. When you come back someday, if you have evidence, I'll be here to support you. That go back and arrest those people and go back to court. Right? Yes, that's for those that, there is a difference between withdrawal and nulli prosequi. Nulli prosequi, you can go back. But when you say withdrawal, they are taking carton. So I don't remember which ones are pure nulli prosequi and the other one. But granted that Opuni's own is one that is pure nulli prosequi, and so you can go back. If you have the evidence, go and let's see. Because I have seen credible people who saw the dossier and saw that this was just a witch hunt. Okay? So if you have evidence, when it's your turn, go back. But until then, today is Bwahin Edu's head on the chopping board. Okay? Yes, we will mention it 1,000 times. That is how we will deal with it. Because if we don't start with the court of public opinion, how are we going to energize the politicians to take action? Otherwise, it will be you scratch my back, I scratch your back. So let's understand this. It's when the citizens understand what's gone wrong, then they show the furore, etc. Then it galvanizes the politicians to take action. So if you come and sit, you don't mention Ekufuado's name, you don't mention Bwahin Edu's name, you've said nothing.
Or even but
exactly.
Does the politician need any galvanization?
Yes, they do.
Why? If there is reason to prosecute or to investigate, go ahead and do it. I mean, why do I have to energize you?
Politicians have always needed galvanization. See, let's not make the mistake. Even when you read about democracy, even when you read about democracy from ancient Greece, societies have always been like this. A lot of the time, see, when you look at the political system, don't forget that the politician has certain interests. He wants to win. So he's looking to the populace. What concerns them most, generally, there are exceptions.
Right.
So he would attempt to answer the needs, the concerns of the populace. So when the populace bay for the blood of somebody who issued an LC for $48 million midnight when he was supposed to exit, that is what the politician will tackle, because in the scale of preference, the citizens are saying that prosecute Bwahin Edu. That's what he will tackle. So if you sit here and they follow public opinion. It's all about public opinion. That's where the politicians usually derive their legitimacy from. So if public opinion is that Bwahin Edu must be prosecuted, then that is what they will deal with. Because, you see, and let's not forget, democracy is crowd wisdom. We all know that our politicians don't know all of it. So that's how come they will listen to all these programs and see what the populace are saying. So if the populace say is Bwahin Edu the one prosecuted today, that is what the the politician will pay attention to. So if you come and sit here, you say, no, don't mention anybody's name, don't do this. You've said nothing. Effective communication. Effective communication. Anybody who thinks by mentioning somebody's name, it is defamation, he knows where to go. That's why the law courts are there. You see it. Okay. So let's get on with it, okay?
Right.
Yeah. So the
sorry, please.
I hope I have a minute to run up. Yes. So the matter of the 333,000 metric tons that the previous government locked in at $2,600 per metric ton.
Yes.
It's a huge problem. So you see, like last week we had Randy Abe here. He came and explained that it's been an albatross on their neck. They will buy cocoa at over about 5,000, 6,000 per metric ton. Can you imagine? Who does that? It's as if we are washing our faces from the this bottom. Eh? Yeah, who you knew? Huh? Go up. What kind of washing of face is this? Are you really washing your face? And we are quiet. No, so why Edu must answer for that too as well. What kind of politics? Then you saw the projection he did, the expenditure income. Yeah. You see how they issued a lot of contracts for cocoa roads, well beyond budget. And today, what he do is working free. If I had the price, I'm sure by now I would have held him and then started investigating him. Seriously, why would you go well beyond budget? Everything well beyond budget. And today, you see, Adam coming to shift the blame, saying that go and take, what do you call it, a loan. They are looking to put pressure, just like the way they shamefully had to go back to the IMF. That's what they are looking to do.
But here's where the question about the silence comes in. So that these references you make and the books that Randy Abe showed us last week were there prior to this moment. Did we have to wait for this moment to be told the rot or the situation that was inherited as has been described?
Oh, no, I don't think we had to wait for this moment. And matter of when they took over, this matter of the 48 million LC, the story came over about a year ago.
So what action had been taken until now?
That is where.
The action of investigating and then also the probe. That now the
so
finance
we've said it over and over that perhaps to make oral more effective, more efficient, we will need to recruit more investigators, more prosecutors. That one is very clear. You know, Dr. Ayeno is doing an excellent job, but it's also clear that the cases are too many. Because this $48 million, they say, if you Google it, you see that in 2025, the story broke. And we're upset. We're extremely upset, etc. But no investigations began. I can imagine, because there's a long line of cases. Even in the oral report, we had about 2,500 complaints, right? Of course, not all of them had enough facts to support. But the point is that even what we submitted under oral, we've not finished investigating those. So when you're adding more, so it's clear that, Dr. Ayeno, this morning, what we'll be begging for is that you need to ramp up your men. Yes, more recruitment, because when you increase the number of investigators, number of prosecutors, then we can get all these cases to court. Because the impunity is too much. The impunity is too much. When I listened to the MPP press conference, I was like, so you cause a problem, like what did they say to call you guys? That's a bed. It goes down the street. It goes to foil the water, and then comes to say, who foiled the water? You've caused a problem. Instead of it to come with a contrite heart to be conciliatory in trying to solve the problem, now you are grandstanding. So I was like, Adam and the rest, are they really serious? Are we kids? So you think we didn't see through that when we voted you out? You see, give us a bit of respect. Credit her to some modicum of intelligence. We saw through all that. We saw that MPP was badly mismanaging this country. That's why we sacked you. So you don't gain any points when you've caused a problem and we are trying to fix it, and then you come and do grandstanding. You come with a conciliatory approach. You see, your tone is everything. You come, okay, first of all, you admit your own role in the mess. When you want us to listen to you, you first admit, the 333,000 metric tons were locked in at 2,500. It was a huge mistake. The moment Adam says such a thing, say, okay, hey, today you are being man enough. You are man enough to accept your mismanagement. They say, yes, but that notwithstanding, government is a continuum. We would help. this is how we think we should go about it. You come, you don't admit your own mismanagement, then you start doing grandstanding.
Well, they talked about some IMF arrangement, which is one of the areas we'll get into. But, Mr. Ademado, for you, in the end, it is you getting your money.
Correct.
Being paid. That is what is the most important, is it not?
Correct. So, thank you, and thanks to viewers. I would like the panelists to take time, listeners to, I came with a graph.
Okay.
So that I'll look at that. We are here because of the cocoa sector reforms. Last week, we had a press conference. There has been engagement. Farmers are being paid. Our money is being paid.
The payments have started?
So overview.
No, let's confirm.
Yes.
Have you confirmed that farmers have started receiving their money?
As on one of the studios, a farmer
we face now. Because Cocoa Board is bankrupt. And let's face it, the economy itself, things are looking up, but there's still no cash. What does it mean? Farmers have to face the reality that that drop in price is going to hit them hard. Yes. And when you add that to the corruption around inputs, fertilizer, others, farmers are facing a tough time. Why? Input prices have remained the same.
Even higher.
Even gone higher. The cost of living has remained the same. Inflation may have come down, but cost of living hasn't gone down. Life is hard, but now it just doesn't get harder by the month as it used to. So what has happened to the farmer? The farmer is squeezed. When you add issues of galamsey, others, we are facing a situation where we could see a dramatic decline in the cocoa industry. Is that what we want as a nation? Some hard decisions have to be taken. And the sad thing is that however unpleasant the current situation is, seems to be an attempt to deal with it. But it is unpleasant. And some of the unintended consequences could see dramatic declines in cocoa because already there were challenges. And yet, let's be clear, nothing will change if Cocoa Board does not reform. Nothing will change if Cocoa Board does not reform. You see, the way Cocoa Board is set up now, it is inefficient, it is unproductive, it is throwing any definition of yes. And the truth of the matter is that unless we reform Cocoa Board, all that will happen is that the farmers will get less money. That hole will continue. I have a question. So we've moved the debt. We've moved the debt to the government. We've moved the debt to the Ministry of Finance. That's what we've done. Question: are we going to still do cocoa roads?
Well, the understanding that the finance minister gives is that this cocoa roads now is not going to be on the books of Cocoa Board.
No,
it will be
cocoa roads will not be on the books of Cocoa Board.
Away from it.
But are you going to move away completely
from it? And that's what
is Cocoa Board going to just stay within its original mandate and core mandate?
Correct.
The new cocoa bill is dealing with that.
How transparent are we going to see the pricing mechanisms that you're talking about? Because you see, in times past, we've seen that forward sales, etc., have been used in some manner that is hard to tell. Today, now you tell my brother here that you are going to index his price that he's going to receive to the pricing mechanism. Question is, how transparent is it going to be? Are we all going to see how we arrived at that mechanism? Are we all going to see what the price, the international price is, and how you arrived at it? If we don't have that transparency, it won't work.
Are we all going to work together and come to those?
It's not about, you see, somebody has to, you see, transparency.
Anybody can sit anywhere and
work the figures. When we sold cocoa, when price of cocoa was upwards of 8,000, we sold forward at 2 something. Somebody worked the numbers and we didn't see it. We didn't hear of it.
And they are comfortable receiving.
I see.
When all the sole sourcing goes on in Cocoa Board, you see, unfortunately, Cocoa Board is a reflection of who we are as a country now and all the challenges we are facing. And sadly, as much as I see the role cocoa board is playing, I hold my head and I say, just maybe Uncle Kofi Bentil is right. Even though I don't like what he's saying, we've progressively watched everything go bad. How can you guarantee that cocoa board will remain transparent even for the next 5 years? I'm not talking about the next. I'm not talking about the next 3 years. The next 3 years, maybe there's a regime in power that seeks to change things. Some of the reforms we need are multi-regime and cross-party. And so I tell you what. Today, this last week is a sad week.
Oh yes.
For cocoa farmers, and for the economy of Ghana. Right? And some of the, listen, cocoa directly affects 800,000 households. 800,000 households. I'm not talking 800,000 persons. I'm saying 800,000 households. How many people are in that household?
Times 4.
What for? When you go to the cocoa farms, it's now times 6. Ask him. They're not doing They're not in Accra.
One person at a time, please. Thank you.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Make your point.
Even with the cocoa bonds, right? To be honest with you,
we ain't samahoro timikoso channel so mami ena wat so jemre da sene so baade no e dia dombi edomini unia e be sa ba wuram na yasomo aha AGH Politics Avenue.